Hey everyone, this is Zenith, her voice, her stories. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a story that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and get ready. Because what you're about to hear is full of twists, emotions, and lessons you won't forget. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive in. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a beloved pastor named Samuel. For years, he led his church with passion and faith, preaching about honesty, love, and forgiveness. People trusted him completely. But one day, temptation crept into his heart. The church had been saving money for a new roof donations from families who could barely afford to give. Late one night, Pastor Samuel took that money, promising himself he'd pay it back. Weeks turned into months, and guilt began to eat him alive. He couldn't preach with the same fire, couldn't look his congregation in the eyes. The money he stole became a curse. He used it to escape his pain, drowning himself in alcohol. Each bottle took a piece of him. The man who once stood in light began to live in shadows. He stopped showing up to church, stopped praying. His home became silent, filled only with the sound of bottles clinking on the floor. The people who once looked up to him now whispered his name with sadness. He lost his family, his friends, and finally, his faith. One cold morning, years later, they found Pastor Samuel lying alone in an abandoned house. In his pocket, they found a wrinkled note that said, "Tell them I'm sorry. Tell them I lost myself before I lost God." That day, the church bells rang not in celebration, but in sorrow. His story became a reminder that no matter how high you rise, one wrong choice can lead to a lifetime of regret, and that forgiveness must begin within. After Pastor Samuel's death, the town was quiet for weeks. The church doors stayed closed, and the congregation that once filled the pews with songs of praise now gathered in silence. Some were angry, others heartbroken. But deep down, most of them felt pity, because they knew that behind his sin was a man who lost his way trying to carry the weight of everyone else's pain. Then, one Sunday morning, an elderly woman named Mrs. Jacobs, who had known the pastor since he was a boy, stood up in the middle of the empty church. She whispered, "We must forgive him, because that's what he taught us to do." Slowly, people began to return. They cleaned the church, replaced the broken cross, and prayed not only for Pastor Samuel's soul, but for their own healing. A few weeks later, a young man showed up. He said, "Pastor Samuel helped my family when we had nothing. He may have fallen, but he once lifted us all." He placed a small wooden box on the altar. Inside, it was the same stolen money. Every dollar, along with a note in Samuel's handwriting, "I've been saving to make it right." Tears filled the room. They realized that before he died, the pastor had tried to find his way back to grace. He didn't live long enough to return it himself, but somehow his repentance reached them. That day, the congregation rebuilt not just their church roof, but their faith. They forgave him, and in that forgiveness, Pastor Samuel's spirit finally found peace. His story became a legend in the town, a reminder that no one is beyond redemption, and that even in our deepest fall, there is still a way back to the light. Wow, what a story, right? If you love hearing real-life stories like this, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a story. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.